The history of cricket, tennis, football and sports in Nigeria cannot be said to be complete without the mention of this very passionate sportsman, Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro, known to everyone as the legend for his very outstanding outings, which saw him put Nigeria on the global athletics map when he first set a Commonwealth youth high jump record in 1956. Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro was born on Christmas Day in 1937 to Chief Okotako Anastasius Enahoro and Princess Inibokun Fidelia Victoria Enahoro, née Okoje, both of Uromi, Edo State. Coming from a sporting family, his enduring passion was sports, which made him enhance his natural flair for sports with a wholehearted study of technicalities as he did, putting his body to the task. He had played football, cricket, table tennis, lawn tennis, hockey, and also took part in athletics. During a review of the second 25 years of his boarding school, Government College Ibadan (GCI), he was described as easily the finest athlete that went through GCI. Friday, 17th February 2017 was the day mapped out to bid farewell to this luminary sports icon, Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro. And this was kick-started with a line in state held at the lawn tennis court of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, where a last respect was paid to him by members of the club. The sporting world were joined by his family members, friends and sympathizers as his corpse laid in state to the view of everyone present, while they paid their tribute to the dearly departed. A burial mass was held at the Church of Assumption, Falomo Ikoyi. There was an impressive attendance of his family members, friends, club members, members of the Nigeria Cricket Federation, and sympathizers.
The bread that I will give is my flesh for the life of the world, and he who eats of his bread, he shall live forever. He shall live forever.
The Mass commenced with a processional hymn, and then the opening prayer and scriptural readings.
The beauty of the Lord, to inquire am sure I shall see the Lord's goodness.
The sermon was next and was most aptly delivered by the officiating minister, who spoke on the essence of faith as Christians, as he urged the family members and everyone to renew their faith in Christ Jesus and believe in God for his mercies and consolation.
If only I can touch the fringe of his garment, I shall be made well. And because she believed, and she touched the fringe of the cloak of Jesus, and she was healed. And she's been carrying that disease for 12 years. And Jesus looked at her and said, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. The father begged Jesus, help me. You alone can decide the fate of my daughter. And Jesus responded and went with him. And truly, when Jesus got there, the child was dead. But then to show to us that the power of God is not just limited by space and time, that whether you're alive or dead, it doesn't matter to God. And Jesus went in and said to the child, I say to you, little child, arise.
There were more hymnals singing, and then the communion was served. Offertory prayers were then said for the deceased, which was followed by a solidarity song rendered in his honor by members of the Men Christian Circle, the society Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro belonged to in his lifetime as a good Christian and a passionate sportsman.
School of a prayer built on the rock by order, justice and fair play root. May what we dare to learn from thee youth be our guide throughout our life. School of our pride we build on thee.
To bring the final burial arrangement to an end was a reception which had the Minister of Budget and Planning in attendance, Senator Udoma Udoma. There was music by a band, amidst whining and dining amongst old-time friends, who the burial of Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro once again brought together in a reunion. There was hearty dancing by the children of Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro, who, despite the painful loss of their father, showed delight at the good life he lived, the commendable legacies he left behind, and, most importantly, the success of the burial, which must have cost them a whole lot to put together in terms of time, effort, resources, and so on. The BOS crew interviewed Chief Olufalomo, a friend of the deceased, daughter Debbie Enahoro, his son Dino Enahoro, and his wife Chineme Enahoro. They all gave credence to the good life lived by Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro, who they described in different glowing terms that best appealed to them.
I just wish to commiserate with the family because they have lost a very special person, a very gifted person, a very humane person, very unique in very many senses. And I will ask the children and the grandchildren to take heart and take solace in the fact that their father and grandfather was.
That was an amazing man, a great sportsman, charitable, hardworking, very disciplined. He always wanted to help people. It was, part of his makeup. He just thrived on helping, especially kids, through his tennis foundation. May his soul rest in peace.
Oh, Daddy was a loving person. He was so kind and he was so good to a lot of people. He always wanted to give. So it's, his loss will always be felt every day. But we just hope to keep living our lives and trying to, make him proud with everything we do.
Almost everybody called him the legend. There were those who called him La Cristo. And he had such a big heart, a very generous man, and he was very passionate about sports. Cricket was his life. Tennis was his passion. And he liked to see people, when he saw children, he wanted them to have a good future. And that's why he started the Chevron program, which has, produced a lot of champion tennis players, young girls, young boys, and it made him feel good, it made him feel happy, it made him feel fulfilled.
For us in Biscayne Communications, we attest to the goodwill garnered by the very legendary life of Mr. Christian Idemudia Enahoro, as we wish him a good rest in the bosom of the Lord.